Welcome to Towards 2015, the program that will broaden your business perspective in a big market that consists of 600 million consumers, and that is the ASEAN market. Corporate social responsibility. Nowadays, world businesses has turned to generate credit and image of an organization by the CSR system, and this moderately works. But making CSR success is not easy, and today we have an advice for making CSR sustainably called the stakeholder model. Dr. Horvath from York University, Canada will provide us with more information.
Welcome to the program. Dean Horvath of York University is visiting Bangkok. He is an expert on corporate social responsibility. So today I will ask him about the latest development in corporate social responsibility in the global economy.
Thank you. Corporate social responsibility has many different interpretations.
Yes.
The narrowest interpretation, which has been around for a long time, that it really means philanthropy only. Increasingly, the interpretation attached to corporate social responsibility is really a broader-based stakeholder model. An organization or corporation not only paying attention to the shareholders or primarily to the shareholders, but to all stakeholders in a more balanced way. So the stakeholder model in a balanced way emerging the best way to manage corporations in the future.
In the year 2008, the U.S. economy faced a very big crisis and later on led to the global economic crisis. So what is your observation?
Well, the global economic crisis was started by financial services institutions, investment banks, which too much emphasize the short-term profits, very much emphasizing narrow shareholder model in short term. And given that they have taken too much risk and created the crisis, those corporations would have done much better if they have done just like the Canadian financial services institutions, to focus on stakeholders to medium to long term and not only on shareholders in short term.
You're talking about investment bankers, you're talking about the Wall Street, which are talking about very short-term profit, talking about quarterly results, and they don't look far away long enough, right?
Well, in all fairness, publicly traded corporations do have a problem. That they have to respond to the stock market's expectation on quarterly basis. And that's sometimes because all the shareholders of corporations are not really owners for medium to long term. But invest in a corporation, won't have profits out and then leave again. Those speculations obviously create an unfortunate behavior among corporations by overextending themselves to deliver on short-term profit basis. But by looking medium to long term, this can be avoided. So the problem maybe has to be addressed in the context of corporate governance, that not speculators, but owners holding the shares. Only those who maybe hold the shares for a year or two can vote on annual meetings, etc.
So this is what you call the stakeholders model.
The stakeholder model, yes, that would be to be able to perform medium to long term. You really have to deal with all your stakeholder groups on a regular basis, pay attention to their expectations. It's not an easy balancing, but still, you have to look after your clients, customers, not only how they react today, but what their expectation will be in the future. You have to look at your employees. You have to satisfy their expectation. Particularly, the more we move into knowledge-intensive organizations and societies, it will be scarcity of good people. They will leave you unless you treat them properly. Also, suppliers has to be dealt with, particularly during a cyclical development of the business in a proper way. Don't squeeze them too much when the economies are down, but treat them properly over the cycle.
But if Thailand and other ASEAN countries want to promote this stakeholders model, how they should start?
Well, in my opinion, the stakeholder model is simply good business. So if they want to manage their enterprises well, they want to do well over medium to long term, they have to engage in the stakeholder model.
And how should they start in practice?
by knowing that I am investing in future to satisfy my customers, to satisfy the environmental demand. Oh, I can put it in a different way.
Yes.
Economic issues almost never coming isolated from social, political, or even increasingly environmental issues. If a corporation on a regular basis try to make integrated decisions, not only purely economic basis, but let's say environmental issues, that you look after, that you invest in future technologies now to have a product or a service which is delivered in more environmentally clean terms, then it will be obviously the profit in the short term will go down because you have to create the investment. But the truth is that the Dow Jones Sustainability Index for quite a while now have been indicating that corporations who deal with the triple bottom line, economic, social, political, and environmental, have a higher shareholder value in medium to long term. And those corporations only pay attention to the short-term profits.
Okay, for example, right, the energy sector, energy companies should invest more in R&D in order to get cleaner energies. For example, like cleaner coal energy, right?
For example, yes, I am sure that much could be improved to make availability of coal more environmentally friendly. And corporations should invest in that sooner than later. Which means that profits in the short term maybe will be more limited.
Less short-term profits, but more sustainable profitability.
Investment for medium to long term, yes. And then they will have they will be able to be around because unless I destroy the environment, coal maybe will not be accepted as an energy source in the future.
In Thailand and other ASEAN countries, every major companies that has what they call CSR or corporate social responsibility policy. So that's not enough. That's not enough in your opinion, right? They need something broader.
Well, I think that they should interpret the corporate social responsibility in the context of responsible enterprise.
Yes.
That they are, yes, they have to generate profit. That's why corporations are around. But they do it in a way that other stakeholders, in addition to shareholders, being looked after in a balanced way. From employees to clients,
The
customers, suppliers, governments, or local communities.
So they have to look at the border basis, right?
Yes, integrating economic, social, political, and environmental. That's why it's called triple bottom line.
And what about, isn't it similarity to the Swedish model of corporate profit redistribution?
Well, no, I was referring more to the sufficient economy which Thailand from time to time discuss. Using the stakeholder model.
Yes.
Thai corporation probably have to do because otherwise they will not survive in a global context, global competition. Because Thai corporation has to be competitive. But you can improve on redistribution of wealth by government engaging also in not only the stakeholders being paid attention to, but government further reinforce how they want to distribute the wealth. That was the Swedish model always have been about. Corporation generated the profit. And mind you, Swedish corporations maybe in the past also have been more medium to long-term oriented, never this narrow shareholder model. But in addition to that, the government lets the corporation generate the revenues, and then they redistributed the wealth in a society, that it was still more more distributed, more balanced way.
And His Majesty the King Bhumibol Adulyadej of Thailand has a philosophy on sufficiency economy, and we understand that it's about moderation. So how that fit into your stakeholders model?
Well, the stakeholder model will take care of it to a certain level. I mean, Thailand maybe even can stop there. But it's up to the Thai society and the king to decide, as I want to go a step further.
Yes.
For example, the Swedish model created a taxation system in a way that nobody really was excessively paid as corporate leaders, for example, or in any position. On the other hand, nobody was really poor. In fact, the minimum wages was quite high.
Very high.
In school, children has been provided schools which was free of any payments, but they have been also received free meals in a nutritional way, and education was free. So it depends on how long the Thai society wants to go.
Yeah, so that one way to start, you would recommend. What is your suggestions then? Since I understand that your business school has been a leader in this area for more than 20 years. So what is your suggestions for Thai government and Thai companies then?
Well, first, the Thai companies, just like other companies in the rest of the world, has to use a stakeholder model in a balanced way. That gives them the opportunity to be able to be competitive, make the profits not only short term but medium to long term. And then the Thai society has to decide whether they want to further redistribute the wealth that what corporations are creating in the context of stakeholder model.